the jobs I used to work at, we had to be certified in CPR. And what's interesting about CPR is how like you can't really perform CPR on anyone you want to. Like the person has to give you permission to do so. So if you see someone just on the side of the road, half conscious and clearly in need of CPR or some kind of first aid help, simply because you are certified in first aid or CPR doesn't mean you just go ahead and help them. You have to go over there and say, hey, my name is Samuel, I'm certified in first aid and CPR. Can I proceed to perform on you? And if they say yes, then obviously go ahead, help them out. But if they say no, then you can't do anything. And so it's kind of crazy how like, despite how much you want to help the person, if they say no, I don't want you to, then you can't do anything. And it kind of reminds me of how like people ask this question, if God is so good, why does he allow pain and suffering and all that? And it's like, well, it's either he wants to, but he can't, making him all good, but not all powerful, or he can, but he doesn't want to, making him all powerful, but not all good. But I kind of come at it from a different perspective. I see it as, he wants to, and he is able to, but he needs our permission to, And so, are we giving God permission to actually help us? Like, in order for us to actually ask for help, we need to first recognize our condition. Like, if you're like, half conscious on the side of the road, and you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm fine, I don't need help. Then when someone asks you, hey, can I help you? You're gonna be like, no, I'm cool, But if you realize that, hey, I'm in need of help, I'm in pain, I'm suffering, I need some relief, I need to be restored back to health again, that's when you're gonna be saying, okay, yes, CPR guy, come help me out, first aid guy, come help me out. And so we need to recognize our condition, that when we look around the world and we see all the pain and suffering and tragedies and X, Y, and Z, we need to realize that, man, we can't do this on our own. Like, we need help. We can't look to ourselves for help, because where has that gotten us so far? Have you ever seen a heart surgeon perform heart surgery on himself? No. Have you ever seen a neurologist perform brain surgery on himself? No. Why? Because you can't, You can't change your own mind. You can't change your own heart. We need someone else to do that for us. And the only person that can is God. But as much as he wants to change our hearts and our minds and change the world at large as well, we need to give him permission to do so. And so my question tonight is simply, well, one, have we recognized our need, our condition for help? That we need someone to make us better, to heal us and to restore us. And then two, are we actually going to allow him to do the work? Because obviously, to change the world, you have to change the individual first. And so when I allow God into my life and he heals me and makes me into a better person, then I'm able to go out and reach out to someone else and help them in the healing process and help them be restored as well, so they can go out and reach someone else as well. And that's how the whole process of making the world better is actually going to happen, But we need to allow the only person who can help us to help us. And my question is simply, are you going to allow him to help you? He's waiting, he's willing, but are you going to give him the consent? Think on these things.